Hey everyone, it's Tiara Girl, or Eve as I'm known to some. It is 12:38 Eastern Standard Time, so SNL is actually still going on for an additional 22 minutes, the live version that is, but I had the privilege, courtesy of awesome Eric J. in the costume department, to sit in the studio audience for the dress rehearsal. This was something I've been wanting to do for my whole life, and it just so happened that like a billion people wanted to do it this week, and I was one of the select few. Let's see. You get there, you go through the metal detector, you have your tickets, you're ushered onto the elevator to the ninth floor to world famous Studio 8H. Now, I know everyone says this about TV shows that they've been to, but this studio is really small. I'm not even sure there were 200 people in there. My friend who went with me at dinner afterwards, we both commented that no matter what you think of SNL, no matter what you think of the skits, the current cast, etc., you should have mad respect for the people that put on the show. Literally, an army of people is running around, assembling, putting up sets, taking down sets, wheeling around props, leading Michael Phelps around like he's a kindergartner looking for his mom after school in between things. It's a really, really big production. 90 minutes of live TV every week is a big deal. Okay, on to what you all want to know about. Michael came out wearing a blazer and a shirt, as most of you know at this time. Amy was his mom. That was pretty funny. We had a guest shot with William Shatner and some other stuff. And this is the other thing. The dress rehearsal is 2 hours, so with the exception of the musical guests, for sure, some of the stuff that we saw, you guys might not have seen. So there was I'm at home right now, and I don't actually have even basic cable, so I can't watch it. I've TiVoed it at my friend's house. I have no idea what happened. There was a Justice League skit. I have to say this was probably my vote for the skit that they could cut. It was a little bit like MP reading off the teleprompter, although I thought it was funny because he played Aquaman. What else do we have? There was a locker room skit, there was a Charles Barkley skit, there was the Michael Phelps diet skit, a quiz show, a wedding dress thing. Perhaps I think the most insane thing that was just kind of like deliciously insane was Michael Phelps wearing a headgear playing a saxophone. I don't know if that made it on there either. Kristen Wiig is really funny. Amy Poehler, literally, I think, is about to give birth any day now. So I bet we only see her for 2 weeks more, maybe. I'm not sure. And, of course, as you all know by now, Tina Fey was Sarah Palin at the beginning. So I guess we get Sarah. Where Barack Obama would have been on the show, I have no idea. It's a shame he couldn't, the circumstances that prevented him from being there are pretty major. Met Mel Monroe Stewart, who I literally walk into 30 Rock, and there he's standing there with Chris LaBianco of USA Swimming. It was really a pleasure to meet them and sort of feel like this kind of MP swimming fandom, vlogging, Facebook, like how are we going to propel this to keep going scenario was going on. Lil Wayne was awesome. When Michael was in the Michigan shirt watching Lil Wayne, I didn't watch Lil Wayne, I watched MP, and MP was like mouthing the words and doing the little like hip hop head nod, and they actually kind of had to take him away to presumably to dress for another skit, and I think he was kind of bummed about that. But he did a good job. He's a swimmer, he's not an actor. I don't really want to say so much more than that in case this gets posted before it ends, like, if I can flatter myself, I've already gone on a little too long. But, anyone who wants to criticize and say he sucked or they saw he was great, what I think is crazy is that he could go out in front of 17,000 people at the Water Cube. That's just in the physical building. There were somewhere upwards of like 1 billion people watching on TV at the Olympics, smoke the competition, and that's no problem. But I think he was, anxious about how this was going to go. And I think he did it, and that's great. I basically think Michael is at his best when he's being himself. I think him trying to be other people is a little weird, but I think the thing that is great about Michael is he's this fantastic athlete. He's a mama's boy. He got bullied. The ladies like him. Sometimes the ladies don't like him. He likes the hip hop. He is kind of he's kind of got this charisma, but he's dorky. He's, smart, but a little inarticulate sometimes. The whole package. And I think if corporate America can hook into that, like, don't make Michael something that he's not. Big shout out to Eric J once again for making it all possible. And I am going to keep giving updates, not necessarily about MP, but I want to go to Golden Goggles. So if anyone wants to help me out with that, I will sit in the back. I will bust tables while everyone's talking, but I would like to be there. And don't forget, although Michael's going home this week, and I think we're not really going to hear about him for a couple weeks, like, I think it's going to be pretty, well, I think he has a parade in Michigan, and he has a parade in Baltimore. That leaves most of October. Golden Goggles is in November, and then his book is coming out in December. And guess what? Then January, or maybe he has January off, maybe not. The dude really doesn't have a frickin' break. Then it's back to the grind in preparation for Rome. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna wait because it got cut off the last time.